Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about if clients still want photography or if videography has really taken over with client work. My name is Evan Olbrecht. I've been shooting photography for over 9 years now. I also work at one of the top marketing agencies here in San Diego, so I have a lot to talk about this. So let's hop right into it. There is so much surrounding new content, what actually companies are looking for when they're looking for content creators, photographers, videographers, and that's what I'm going to go over today. What I've learned, what I've seen from my experiences and my own clients. So I have kind of a list here of what I'm going to talk about. So first off, what I've actually seen in my client work kind of breakdown through what I've seen. So my last several shoots, I've noticed a pattern where most clients have also asked me, can I deliver videos? Some clients have said, I don't even want photos. I just want videos to use for ads, for reels, shorts. All of these new short form content has truly taken over where they're basically saying, we don't even want photos anymore. We're not going to use photos for social media anymore. We just want high quality videos with these specific things. And all of these clients are obviously asking for different things. So some of them are more for ads, some of them are UGC TikTok, and then some of them are for YouTube. So every client has their own things, but what I'm seeing is I barely have any clients anymore asking for photography to use for social media. And actually in the past 6 months, I've had 0 clients ask me for photography for social media use, which is crazy because when I started shooting photography, that was it. I post my photos, everyone else posts their photos on Instagram, on Facebook. That's where all the clients use my work. And now it is almost flipped upside down where the clients say, yeah, like we'll use some photos for our website. We'll use some photos for, our product pages, things like that, but we're not actually going to post them on our social media. We're going to use video instead because that's what people are watching. So this is so important to just understand this when you're going out and looking for business and clients, because you don't want to say, well, I only do photo, or I've done some video, but I don't have a lot of experience in that. Or maybe you're sending over a portfolio and you don't have any videos in there, and they're saying, well, I don't think you're a good fit. Well, probably because you don't have any videos in your portfolio, and a video is king right now. So you have to have some sort of videos in there, depending on what clients you're looking for, obviously. But nowadays, almost every client is looking for those videos as well, along with those photos. And this shift means that you either have to adopt or stay really niche in who you're targeting for those clients. There are still some clients that use that social media, but it's usually bigger brands that already have a presence on social media, so they're not fully building, which every company that's trying to just get their name out there, get more impressions, more views, is really focusing on that video because the video is the only thing getting pushed out now in the algorithm. And for many clients, visual content is really that multi-format where it's not just photos anymore, and video has really taken over, and it's been like that for a while now. But even when you're trying to get clients, lead with that. Hey, I shoot this type of video. It's in my contract. This is in the pricing strategy that I have, and really lead with video in that. And the second thing I want to talk about is why clients are asking for more video than ever. One big reason, short form content is dominating every single algorithm. I talked about this a little bit before, but Meta said that they're going to be doing a beta version where all their apps open on Reels. So this is going to be a game changer because they've never done this before. It's basically going to be like TikTok, how it opens up right onto the short form content and you start scrolling. That makes a big change for photographers and people making content because basically video is going to become more dominant than it is right now. So people like me who do photography, videography, we need to understand where that switch is happening, when, so that we actually know, okay, we need to be doing this. We need to be pitching this to clients right now and letting them know that too. Say, hey, we know that short form video is dominating right now. Let's do like 75% of our contract video, 25% photo, if you really want to have those product shots, things like that. But mainly focusing on what's going to work for them and showing them, hey, I want the best and what's going to work for you. And you're also going to gain trust with the client through that. So that is so important. But overall, platforms and audiences favor motion now. So even if you're doing photos on Meta and things like that, they have music behind it and things like that. So always know what you're doing behind it. What is the end goal of the content that you're getting is really the whole goal of what you're doing. And brands really want the versatility of having this kind of multi-format as well. So having one shoot that delivers multiple assets with photos and videos, that has been one of the biggest selling points that I've had for my clients. And I've actually been able to raise the prices on my recent contracts as well, saying, well, I'm actually going to do videos as well that you can use for ads, and UGC content that you can use for ads as well, or organic content on these platforms. And then I can also do photos of these products and letting them know, hey, this is what's gonna work for you. And also say, hey, maybe I can throw in something else to test out a different type of video, things like that. Show the client, hey, this is what works and this is what I want to test out for you, and show them your expertise in that so they know you are super valuable. And it's not just, yeah, I'll send you over some photos and they'll say, okay, I'll pay you $100. Like, show your value in what you're delivering as well. Third thing is, photography is not dead, but it is changing in what it's doing. So photography is not dead because many clients still value that high quality images for different things like editorials, lifestyle shoots, brand identity for the actual company, and things like that are so important. So having that website imagery, even that posting on social media is super important, but just using it in a different way now, because a lot of clients are not just using photos on social media like it used to be a few years ago. So kind of tailoring how you're actually doing these shoots, being more strategic about it. And the role of photography is really evolving with this. So it's more of a content package nowadays, involving photography, videography, potentially even graphic design and things like that. And video editing, super important nowadays with that short form content. So having this all kind of in that content package is really the key for this. And if you're really positioning yourself as a photo only content creator, you're really gonna miss out because you have to be so niche in who you're targeting. You're gonna miss such a big audience because honestly, none of the clients that I'm working with right now, I have 5 clients, would work with me if I didn't do video as well. So that is one of the biggest things. And then 3 of those clients, I'm also giving them kind of marketing advice with that. So just that whole thing of having that full packages doesn't have to be exactly what I'm doing, but how are you going to stand out in a competitive market like this by having those packages? So the 4th thing is how to actually offer photo and video packages and to actually win with these packages. So step 1 is package your services with added video and anything else that you do. So maybe some certain editing, that's a certain style that you do really well, potentially graphic design, potentially marketing services, marketing consulting, things like that can really show your value to those clients. Second thing is making the video offer clear in your contract and pricing to say, this is what I'm gonna deliver you and this, and this. So it actually shows them by breakdown, because you don't wanna say, okay, it'll include, 20 videos and a couple photos. Because then it's like, well, how many photos are you going to deliver? I know you're going to deliver 20 videos, but how many? So you have to make it super kind of broken down. I'll give you 5 UGC videos, 4 ad videos, and 20 product photos. Breaking the contract down will make it so much easier for you to hit your goals and actually exceed those goals by obviously giving them more than the contract says, which is what you should be doing. But also for the client not to come back and say, well, I thought a few meant 20 photos and you only gave me 10. So things like that as well, just making sure that you're giving the best for the client and agreeing on everything within that contract is so important. Third step of this is showing your value. So having examples of video and photo assets that you've done before in your portfolio, like I talked about, and then also just showing them the results of different ads that you've done, of different photos, where they've actually used those photos. Things like that are super helpful because it shows the value of what you're doing and not just saying, I'm gonna provide you these photos, where it's really, hey, I'm gonna upgrade your content, your overall website with these. I'm gonna upgrade your ads and they're gonna be so much more efficient with this content. So having that in there really shows your value, which value obviously in everything that I'm saying is really the key to this. 4th thing is pricing strategy is considering time for capturing those video assets as well and editing them, because it takes a lot more time, a lot more expertise, and you're usually using a little bit more gear as well in that. So you can increase your prices, which actually makes you more valuable with your time as well. And then the 5th thing is don't treat video as an afterthought, but actually plan for it. So make sure your shoot day has a plan for video as well. And usually lead with video, or you can kind of do the opposite, but planning for it in the beginning is really the key to that as well. 5th thing is overall, how does this pricing workflow and contract actually work. And here are some tips to include video and to include those other assets in that. So when adding video, your time increases. So your prices should reflect that. And not just your time, but your expertise in video, in editing is really the key to this as well, because you're providing so much more value than just a few photos now. You're providing those videos, the editing that all goes behind it, your time, your resources. So making sure the client understands that and what you bring to the table is the key to increasing your prices. And then clear contracts. So defining your deliverables and licensing and usage. So maybe say, if you actually have licensing, which you don't have to, but I think if you're working with a little bit bigger brands, licensing is really the key to having that optimized money machine that keeps coming back after you've already done the work. Because you can say, okay, every time you post this video on social media, you have to send me $100. And then you're gonna see money come in after, and you're gonna be like, whoa, like I shot this a year ago and they're using this video on other platforms. Or maybe a photo, you say, okay, you can use this photo on your website, but if you use it for any print things, anything like that, you have to give me $1,000. So then you're gonna see money coming in after and say, oh my gosh, like I'm actually making more money from this than I thought I did, because it's coming in after with that usage and licensing. So always be looking into that, do more research into that. And I can also make a video on this, so comment down below if you want that. But just having that is so important. Another thing is your turnaround expectation. So having video assets usually takes longer to back up, to edit, to make sure it's right, because getting videos, making sure that editing, and then photos as well, so you're like switching between different editing, it all takes time. Cleaning your gear, all of this uses your own resources. So making sure that that's in there as well, saying, hey, this is actually, it's gonna take me a little bit longer because I have video in here as well, and not lying to the client saying, oh, I can get it done in 2 days, because just, it won't happen. So maybe give them a little bit longer than you think, and then always try to beat their expectations with that. And then also upselling opportunities. So what can you upsell? Things like I do is for marketing experience, I just say, hey, if you need any help or kind of strategy with your marketing, let me know as well. I can totally help with that, because I work in a marketing agency. I've done this, this, and this. These are some results I've seen. That is so helpful and has really made me a lot of clients. Even if they haven't used that, they know, okay, I'm backed by marketing knowledge as well, which I think everyone should be, at least a little bit of business knowledge, and say, hey, this is what I can do for you. This is what I want you to make from this. And actually saying like, this is how you be profitable within this if you can hire me. And that has shown to be some amazing results from my clients as well. And the last thing I want to talk about is how to actually stay ahead in this visual content. So staying agile, offering multi-format, building your reels and shorts portfolio, monitoring demand, and then be the creator who says yes, and you'll stand out. So all of these are so important, but always be ready to learn. Everything is changing so fast. I know there's this thing sort of out there now where it's a bunch of AI videos and all these things. So just trying to learn as much as possible, using AI, chat, just trying to generate knowledge as much as possible, I think is really the key nowadays, because everything is changing so fast. And even the industry that I work in marketing, all these things with TikTok shops, e-commerce on Amazon, all these things are fairly new and they're changing every day. So just being up to date with all of these is really the key to staying successful and staying ahead of this. But clients are still buying photography overall, but they really want more versatile content that they can use for ads, UGC content, and really to work on that short form content, because that is what all of these social media platforms are pushing out in the algorithm right now. So if you adapt, you'll be open to a lot more opportunities in the future. But to wrap up, comment down below if you have video in your services, and if not, why not, and would you want to add it in your services? Because I think you should, and it'll really help you get more clients in the future. But thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any more video ideas down below. Would love to talk about them. I have a few more videos coming soon, so super excited for this, and see you next video.